in Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 10, it says, "For the Lord has said, after 70 years are completed." Now, what he's talking about is where he took Judah. They were going to send them captive to Babylon.
Yes.
And is that 70 years? I know in Daniel chapter 9, Daniel was reading it. Is it 70 weeks of years or just plain 70 years?
I believe it was 70 years. The 70 weeks of years that you find farther up, that is speaking, I believe, of the tribulation period, or maybe I should say the time coming before Messiah was to come. And in the 69th week, God dealing with the nation of Israel stopped. But there's a final 7-year period of time, that 70th week of Daniel, we know is the tribulation period, where God deals with a God-rejecting world and deals with his people, the nation of Israel, where finally at the end they'll say, "Blessed he who comes in the name of the Lord," and they will recognize him as their Messiah.
Well, the 70 weeks that Daniel is talking about later on in the prophecy is 7 times 70. It's 70 weeks times 7, and each of the weeks is 70 years. So 7 times 70 is 490 years. And that was the prophetic timetable God had for his people Israel. The 70 years that they went off to Judah was actually, 70 actual years. And when the 70 years were up, then God moved on Cyrus to release them to go back to their homeland. So, there's 2 sets of 70 there in Daniel, but they're very, very different. One is prophetic over that's reaching all the way down to our time, because there's only 1 week left of years, and we consider those 7 years to be the tribulation period. But the years that they were to be in Judah were all used up long ago, centuries ago, and God led them back into the homeland. Although what has always struck me is that the majority of the Jews that could have returned didn't. They were all settled in Babylon, and when God opened the door for them to return, the majority of them did not. And it's kind of has always spoken to me about how God can open a door, but if you're so comfortable and settled in your lazy boy in your living room, flipping the channels, and God wants to open a door for you, and it takes a little bit of inconvenience, it's so easy to not do it, because most of the Babylonian captives didn't return. But many did, and they restored the wall, the temple, and the city of Jerusalem. So there were 2 different things, Barry.